In this video, we take my brand new Discovery HD optic out to the range and put it on my 22 Creedmoor. With today's technology, most of the budget scopes easily capable of being accurate at 100 and 200 yards. So we put this on the 22 Creedmoor and went straight out to 500 yards just to see how accurate this scope was. Hit. Hit. It's your boy Junior from CR42 Hunting. I got my Discovery optic scope in, rifle scope. I've never shot one of these or had one of these Discovery optic rifle scopes before, so this will be our first one here on the channel. I've done a lot of research on it and it looks like a really good product, but let's take a look at what we got inside. We'll get it mounted on our rifle. We'll take it out to the range and see what we got. So first off, it's shockproof, waterproof. It's supposed to have a really large eye box, nitrogen purge, just multi-coated lenses. So again, let's take her out of the box and see what we got. First off, we got a little cloth here. What else we got here in the box? Quality control. So we can see who all checked this out, which is pretty cool. You want to look at that if you're into that. We got a little instruction manual. We got more quality control. We can actually see who signed off on each of these items. And here, this is pretty cool too. I'll see if I can zoom in on this. We got some specifications about the scope. You can see this is their HD Gen 2s, 5 to 30 by 56. It's a 5 to 30, 0 MRAD. You can just look at some of the numbers there. Shockproof, again, waterproof, fog-proof, nitrogen filled. It's a 34 millimeter tube, and it's got a 56 millimeter objective lens on it. What else we got here? We got a sunshade, which is very helpful a lot of times when we're hunting. We got some scope rings that came with the scope, which is also really awesome. You don't get that a lot of times. Actually, I don't think I've ever gotten a set of scope rings, and these look like high scope rings they are, with an optic. So that's pretty cool as well. And it looks like inside of here, or sounds like, yep, there's some extra screws in there, and then we got a little Allen key or Allen wrench as well. So that's pretty awesome as well that this came with a set of scope rings if you need it. And then we get to the scope itself. My first impression of feeling this scope, it was pretty weighty, doesn't feel cheap. Taken out of the plastic. And this is our first look at our Discovery optic. We got a cover here on the end, down where your eye relief is. I think we got to flip up here on the objective lens. I'm gonna get this put on my 22 Creedmoor. I plan on taking it out Saturday this weekend coming up, and taking it out to 500 yards. That is the 22 Creedmoor, and this is the scope that I'm going to run it with. I've seen guys watching other videos, using this scope with 300 Win Mag, 300 Weatherby Magnum. I even seen one guy who had a 338 Lapua using the same exact scope, so I know it's capable of handling the recoil from some of those larger calibers. Let's see what we got here. It is an illuminated scope, so we can pop the cap here. I think it's a CR2032 battery. You got your side parallax here on the side, and you can see here we got a range from 5 power all the way to 30 power. We do have 0 stop on this scope as well, which is also a really cool feature. It's loaded with features, especially at this price point. And this price point was about a little under 300 bucks. See if we can't. Let's check out these turrets and see how audible they are. Not bad. And the windage, it's pretty good. They're good and crisp. Just what you like. And even here you got some cutouts on your nub. They got a space here where you can put a throw knob if you wanted to. Let's test this out. It's a little stiff, but at the end of the day, We just took this out of the box, so you expect a little stiffness, and probably as we use this thing, it'll loosen up some for us. But again, you do have the ability to put a throw knob on here if you want to. Parallax, it's pretty crisp. And again, the turrets on the top, turrets are pretty smooth as well. So, like I said, we'll get this thrown on top of my 22 Creedmoor. Get it out to the range, and we'll be doing some testing and let you guys know what I think. We'll do some tracking on this as well and see how it tracks. Not gonna do a drop test on it. Like I said, I just spent about 300 beans on this, so not doing a drop test now, but I'm sure at some point my rifle will get banged around and we'll get to check that out. But let's get out to the range and see what happens. The most important factors when choosing an optic are price point, clarity, tracking, and longevity. We put the HD Discovery optic on my 22 Creedmoor and took 20 shots, clear out to 500 yards. Most hunters, which is primarily what we do, are taking shots at 300 yards or less. As a group, we hit the 10-inch size target about 85% of the time with this budget HD Discovery optic setup. This optic was priced at around $250 on Amazon, which is a steal, and both the clarity and the tracking are comparable to the brand name scopes I own, like my Vortex scope. Zoomed in at full power, the sight picture was still very crisp on this scope as well. This optic is loaded with features, and at this price point, it's just impossible to beat. I'd outfit every hunting rifle that I own with this optic without hesitation.